Okay, running. Go!
Packs are in your ears, boy. Outside the net, yeah. It's too much harder at the outside the neck. It's too much harder at the outside the neck. When I'm in my zone, bitch, I get my respect. Call me bumping Johnson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Texas Sports World. We are back with another episode. We took a little bit of a hiatus because it was the off season. It was slow when we had day jobs, but we are back. We got much to discuss. We're going to discuss the AP poll that just came out. Some interesting topics there. Also, we're going to discuss Texans preseason. There was some good stuff there. First preseason game. Then there was some other stuff that went down today at practice that doesn't make my heart super happy. And then there's been some stuff pertaining to OU football pop up on the timeline in the last hour and a half, 2 hours or so that I think is pretty interesting. So we have a lot to get into. We're going to try to make this short, sweet, and to the point. And yeah, but first, before we get started, how are you doing today, bro? How was that little jiu-jitsu class you had today?
It was great. Phenomenal. Shout out to Popeyes, French fries, and spicy chicken tenders. And this hat company. And shout out to my sister for getting that hat for me. How about you? How's your day? How's life?
Yeah, it's good, man. I took a nap today, dude. Like out of nowhere. Like you ever have like a random nap?
Give me 1 second. My dogs are upset about something.
I took a nap today. It was fantastic. You know, I sat it late in bed. I went floating on the river this weekend, and it was a long float, and I was tired. And so I feel like I needed that nap. I feel like I needed to sleep and lay in bed and not do anything. So it was definitely kind of nice. Kind of nice for sure. We good? We back? Your dogs are good?
Back.
I was just saying, I went floating on the river this weekend. And that was fun and exhausting.
Because Ethan doesn't know how to talk to people. Give somebody a phone call or something.
You would have went?
No, I wouldn't have went, but it'd have been nice to know.
No. Well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna invite you just for you to be like, I can't get a baby. Technical difficulties. Clearly, this is our first pod in a long time. Got to get the light plugged in. There we go. Medicine ball. Okay. Yeah. Some technical. It would have been nice to know my ass. He wasn't going to be there. Well, I'm going to call you and be like, I'm going to the river. You want to come? You'd be like, baby.
No, but it'd have been nice for you to be like, hey, what's up, baby? Blah, going to the river.
You wouldn't have came. No way. So
I'll tell you, don't get the river shivers.
But I was 3 sheets to the wind, boy. I tell you what.
Oh, you were tore up from the floor?
I was toe up from the flow up, boy. Yeah, it was a
action. Let's get this podcast on the road, brother.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties figured out. I might disappear in the middle of this, depending on what happens with the computer. But
is it charging?
It said it was, but it also said that last time, and then almost blew up. So.
Okay. Well, did you happen to catch the Texans game?
I did not, unfortunately. I didn't even watch a single play. I saw it. I woke up that Saturday. I said, the Texans play today at 3. And then I took a nap at about 2:45 through the entire game.
You woke up like, where's the game at? I thought it was supposed to be on the TV. Why am I not watching?
I woke up and I went to have some cookies and milk. Obviously, that's what you eat after you wake up is cookies and milk. Yeah. And I went to look on my phone and I saw that we had lost 20-10, and I was like, "Oh, I missed that."
I forgot about it. I was sleeping. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, so I did not catch the game. I did catch the highlights of it though. I saw some pretty much what everybody was talking about, like how Slovis is probably the worst ever.
Graham Mertz isn't that much better. We got 2 quarterbacks. After that, it is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
I'd rather Slovis over Mertz at this point, if I'm being honest.
Honestly, rather neither of them.
Yeah, can we get anybody else actually?
And Blake Fisher, sorry, big dog.
Cut him.
Sorry, big dog. Hopefully we can give Fisher the damn Kenyon Green treatment where we get something really good for someone that's not really good.
That would be nice because did you see that as soon as Kenyon Green went into the game, he had like a false start or a holding, like the first play he goes into the game.
How did you see how did he play?
Kenyon Green, he was still Kenyon Green, So
yeah, that's
so what I was seeing and reading and looking at and researching, the offense looks a little bit better. I would argue. I think statistically they were a lot quicker in terms of the passing game. We had heard that there was going to be an emphasis on the quick pass game, and there was. He had in comparison to last year, I think it was something like he had like 2.6 seconds or something like that, and every pass play was like 2.4 on average or something.
I'm not going to say played good, but played better than
which isn't that hard to do. They played better than last year.
I mean, I think from what I did see, Ursary played well. John Mechie played okay, except for that big. If he caught that ball instead of had the big drop, he probably would have been. I would give him an A on the day. Braxton Berrios played pretty good.
Yep.
Who else played good?
I think Mechie saved his job. If he can, because he started.
He's gonna have to string, I think, a couple more games together.
Well, no, I'm saying, but the stringing it together started before this game because he started camp really, 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 really bad.
Yeah.
But from some reporting from guys that have seen that went to the camp out in West Virginia, he really turned it on the last couple practices and for all intents and purposes has looked really, really well. And so having a good game tape, putting in game tape out there,
he's just got bad hands. I feel like if he can just get the drops under control, like granted, I will say that the ball that he did drop, the big drop he had, wasn't like necessarily the easiest pass to catch in the world, but it was a catchable football that I think.
Right, you're an NFL receiver, you know.
Yeah, I think a starter would make. He had leverage on the guy, hit him in the chest. You got to catch that,
right?
Other than that, I know Dare played pretty well.
Woody Marks, I heard good things about Woody Marks too.
I heard good things in the camp. I didn't really see anything on the game that made me impressed.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, Dare's a vet. You would hope he plays decent in a preseason game. Woody Marks, it's okay, you know, that he didn't play. Or maybe he did play good. I didn't see the stats or anything, but.
Well, and go ahead. I was going to say, and to put it into full perspective, looking around the league, the Texans were one of the few teams that didn't play their starters at all, like outside of maybe the offensive line. But they didn't play their start, like, you know.
Well, you can argue we didn't play our starting off. We don't even know what our starting
right, offense exactly. So I think for all intents and purposes, I think they played pretty. Like, I think we showed that, you know, I know you give up 20 and you lose, and you know that sucks, but I think our backup defense is going to be pretty good.
EJ Speed is a dog.
EJ Speed is a dog. I like he takes the last name seriously. You know, I think you know, the punter, we have a punter now who can flip the field, so that's kind of nice. So I think
Davis Mills looking like the best backup in all of football.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, now you can't. Well, if Slovis or Mertz performed better, then maybe you could see like you hold on to Davis as long as you can, and then like when this, you know, you get later on in the season, you know, there's a position you need.
No. I want Davis Mills on this team as long as we possibly can. I
agree.
If that's a representation in a preseason game of what Slovis is going to be, I don't even want it. Go ahead and throw him on the squad.
Throw him on the P squad, baby. Throw him on the P squad.
I don't even want him. Damian Pierce went back to practice.
Yes.
He's getting back into it. And I've also heard some pretty good stuff from sources that Damian Pierce is looking pretty good in camp.
I mean, I meant to mention this earlier. We ran almost twice as many gap schemes as we did zone schemes, which is exactly what DP needs. So I think if he can get into the game and you know put some carries together, then I think he could be a really, really, really good running back in this system. In all honesty,
I think he could be our RB2 because boy, I'm telling you, if he can just stay healthy.
What is wrong with Mixon? Like he's not even like I don't even think he's going to start. I don't even think he's going to be on the team to start the season.
I think he has a injury that we haven't disclosed because I mean you don't know, nobody knows what's wrong with him. But I would be willing to guess
it's something that's an ankle. We know that.
Well, I think the trend is continuing. Probably an Achilles or something like that. Maybe something bad, tendon, some tendon, some low. One thing about the Houston Texans, you're going to have a lower body season-ending injury.
Yeah, I mean, we've had like 2 in the last week.
Tank Dell also last year. Joe Mixon.
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs last year tore that thing.
Brevin Jordan.
Nico notorious for the hamstrings.
We need to do something with them lower legs.
We need to do something about our health and nutrition staff because somebody's not doing their damn job. I mean, you're talking about a guy who was in Philadelphia, doesn't really have an injury history, comes to Houston, one training camp, and he was damn near almost out for the season. There's something's going on.
Right.
There's no way we're just the team that drafts just so happens to get every injury-prone player ever in the history of ever.
Right. And how does this consistently happen? You know, like how is it that it's all the time? Like it's all the time that there's some injury, whether it be all the players you just mentioned. It's just annoying because we can't have nothing nice. Like, because Brevin Jordan, for all intents and purposes, was having a really good camp. Like because we're running a lot of 2 tight ends. It was him and Dalton Schultz. You know, Cade Stover.
He might be out for the season.
Yeah,
they're saying he's going to miss significant time.
Now, it's still up in the air on CJ Gardner-Johnson. When it first came out, it was pretty much assumed it was an ACL or some sort of knee injury. But apparently there's been reporting that he could be back week 1, which would be like insane. And I would honestly tell him like, maybe let's just
like week 2
give me a couple more weeks off before you. Our defense is good enough. We don't need you rushing back for no reason.
And Dameon Pierce, he also deals with lower body injuries.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why he hasn't.
I'm telling you, everybody that we have that's like a skill position gets hurt for some reason. I'm telling you, it's got to be their nutrition, the workout, like strength and conditioning maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Something. It can't be just at this point, it can't. And John Mechie also is semi-injury prone. So, like, at this point, it's too many players for it to just be a coincidence. I think somebody's not doing their job the right way.
Right. And honestly, at this point, just do walkthroughs. I'm talking no pads and I'm talking no running. Just walk. I'm talking
everybody hop in the damn Xbox party, the PlayStation party. We're running practices through Madden. That's what we're doing.
We're going to the practice. We're going to the practice field on Madden. Okay.
Yeah. Don't even touch this. Matter of fact, don't even walk out the house. Nobody better walk out the house. I'm putting locks on all the doors.
Matter of fact, stay in bed. Actually, don't even get up. You got a remote. Turn that TV on. And you got the Madden remote, Xbox remote right here. Just go ahead and hop on the game, and we'll communicate like that. Because this is like like every day I wake up now, and I'm like, all right, God forbid somebody gets hurt, but like, who's it going to be? Like, what's going to happen today? You know, and it's crazy thing is it's happened all over the league. Like Rashawn Slater, the tackle for the Chargers, patella tendon, I think it was, or something like that. Done. You know, like there's just I hate injuries. Injuries suck.
My thing is pull the hammy. No, don't pull it. Strain a hammy. Roll an ankle. Wrist. Hurt, hyperextend something. Why are you busting the entire back of your knee out every time? Why is the back of everybody's knee getting blown out in the Houston?
Is there a back of the knee workout we can do to like strengthen the back of the knee?
Is tape it up, put the knee pads on,
brace it up.
something. You know what it is? Because everybody want to wear them short ass pants. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's what
want
it
to wear
is.
knee protection no more.
Yeah, I think we figured it out. They got to start wearing longer knee pads.
Hey, bring back the
I don't
2000.
I don't give a fuck about aura, whatever you want to call it. Aura. No more. We wearing long knee pads now.
We wearing the full. We wearing youth football pads. We're getting the ones where the hip pads come all the way up to your ribs.
All the way up to the ribs, and the knee pads go all the way down to the shins.
Okay? Yeah, you wearing knee pads down to the shins. The butt pad gonna stick
Matter
up
of fact,
halfway up your back.
Throw on some shin pads while we're at it.
Let's get it. Shin pads. We're gonna do spats. We're gonna roll the ankles and do spats.
Yep.
We're gonna do compression elbows and KT tape on the shoulders, and we're gonna wear cowboy collars. Everybody mandatory cowboy collars.
Yep. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of these motherfuckers getting injured. It's really annoying. Okay. Well, other than that, I think the Texans have had an interesting camp so far. I think once we get healthy, I think this is still a good football team, and I'm a little bit more. I can breathe a little bit more when it comes to the offensive line. Now I know that's crazy. It's a preseason game, and that's fine. I get it. I'm not saying they're great.
The scheme looks better than the players do. Is that crazy? Maybe not better than the players, but the scheme looks like it's. I feel like watching the highlights of the game and like certain plays and things like that. And especially, giving them grace that it is backups, and albeit they're playing against other backups, fine.
Right.
But the talent levels of our ones, compared to other teams' ones, are a lot better. And it looks like the system makes sense. Like obviously with Slovis going out there and throwing 3 interceptions, like CJ Stroud, he could, but it's highly unlikely that CJ Stroud's going to just turn the ball over 3 or 4 times off interceptions. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Stuff's going to work out, I feel like. And the run game, we're running with Dare Gumbawale. When we get Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb hasn't looked great apparently, but maybe Dameon Pierce can step up in that RB2 spot. Joe Mixon, and then maybe Chubb can pull it together and look good. Our receivers look good. I can see the offensive system working out.
The scheme looks like it matches the players much better this year.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make the players look a lot better.
So. And then defensively, depth-wise, we're good. Starters, I still think we're probably going to be one of the better defenses. Also, everybody will say, well, y'all gave up Texas defense can't be that good. Y'all gave up 20. That was because, and I found this out, D'Amico wasn't calling the defense.
Oh, yeah. They did that yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It was Burke. Burke was calling the defense. Yeah, that makes
getting some live reps at the D coordinator position. So work out the kinks that way. I like it. I mean, I'd rather have it in preseason than regular season for sure. So
yeah, and what you give up 20? Okay.
And to be fair, like the first half of the game was pretty close before Slovis got in and started throwing picks. They got the ball, like giving up only 20 when most of the second half they're getting the ball inside of the 50-yard line or like in their red zone. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm despite the loss, I'm feeling pretty confident, and I think this team is still going to be very, very good this year.
For sure.
I'm still sitting on my 11-6, 12-5 area. It's kind of where I think it ends up being.
I agree. Let's switch to something a little more interesting, though.
Yeah.
You go ahead. This is your stuff right here. This is your team.
Well, okay. All right. Well, here I'll bring up the I'll bring this up. Get the heck out the way, Ad. So
UFC, by the way.
Oh yeah, UFC coming to Paramount, baby.
Yeah. $7 billion contract with Paramount. No more pay-per-views. Everything's gonna be on Paramount. WUFC.
You need my login? You need my login?
I ain't gonna need that login. Listen. I will sail in seas if you know what I mean.
Oh God. Well, the AP poll, preseason AP poll comes out today, and the top 4 being Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson. Now, I have mixed feelings about this because as a pure fan, I'm like, hell yeah. But then I get into like the actual what it means, which is not a whole lot considering it's the preseason. But I don't know if it's deserved just yet, if I'm being honest. Because there's just a lot of the Texas defense is going to be badass. I don't think there's any denying that. They're going to be badass, but the offense just has a lot of question marks outside of no, really everything. It's a completely new offense across the board. So I mean, you bring back Trey Wisner, who was the SEC leading rusher last year, one of them anyway. I can't remember if he was the leading or one of the leading, but you Arch Manning, I know there's hype around Arch, but if we want to be honest, we don't know what he is yet. We don't know what he's going to be. We don't know. And his first game is going to be against Ohio State. His first true game as a starter is going to be against Ohio State, who's going to have one of the top defenses in the country also, and they're ranked number 3. Now, in my personal opinion, I probably would have had Penn State number 1. I know that might sound crazy, but I think I probably would have had Penn State number 1, Ohio State number 2, maybe Texas at 3. You could argue Texas and Clemson. I think Clemson has less question marks, but does Clemson have the same team? Like it's Clemson's team regardless of the question.
Roster.
Right, yeah, roster for roster, is Clemson as good as Texas? I don't know. I know they have a really good defense. They have one of the only 3-year starting quarterbacks coming back.
Probably honestly one of the better starting quarterbacks in all of college football.
You could argue probably the best quarterback in college football. You got let's just go through the list. Clemson has the starting quarterback coming back. LSU, you could say Miami because they have Carson Beck, I guess, but he's still new there.
Yeah, I'd say Miami. I'd give Florida,
but DJ Lagway got hurt.
Yeah, Michigan has a new quarterback. South Carolina has a returner. Oklahoma, I guess. I mean, not a returner for Oklahoma, but a returning
guy.
A&M, Marcel Reed. Who else?
Arizona State.
Yeah, Arizona State, I think.
Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it. I mean, I'm sure there's other teams in there that we've missed. I'm not saying we didn't, but those are the main ones that I know for sure have quarterbacks coming back. But all of them are either freshmen going into their sophomore season that missed half the season, i.e. Florida, or they are going into their second season, i.e. Arizona State, Texas A&M, that's because Ole Miss, new quarterback, Alabama, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia, Texas. I mean, Penn State is bringing Drew Aller back. So Penn State and Clemson are really the 2 teams that are bringing back, the best, or not the best, but the oldest quarterbacks back.
Apparently, everybody's high on John Mateer. I've heard people say he's going to be a Heisman candidate to start the year.
Man, if he's got to make it to the season first. This man's out here has Venmo transactions for college betting on college football. So he's got to make it to the season first.
Hey, that's a dog.
You got to get in where you got to get that money. You got to get in where you fit in.
Hey, it ain't no NIL money like that over in Washington State, wherever he was playing that.
So how do you feel about these ratings?
I can see. I'm not mad about them. I could see, I would probably do some flipping and some flopping. I would also probably have Penn State number 1 over Texas. I'd probably have Texas 2 over Ohio State. Clemson, I'd probably drop them. I'm just not big on Clemson. Georgia, I'm not big on. Like, I'd have them probably still. I'd have Clemson and Georgia also still in the top 10, but probably a little lower. Notre Dame might move up a little bit.
Oregon, you're higher on Notre Dame than you are on Clemson and Georgia?
Yeah, I am.
Interesting.
Yeah, I am. I am higher on. I'm not really higher on Oregon, but I do think I think they're about average, like right where they should be. I'm gonna skip over Alabama because I don't want to sound biased, but I think they're a little low. Miami's way too high.
I would listen to Alabama being where Notre Dame is. Like I would flip
Alabama should be where Georgia's at. I think Alabama and Georgia should flip.
Or that. I would listen. I would listen to that.
I think Alabama's a top 5 team. I think realistically, if Alabama had a guy like Carson Beck, I guess, like just a average returning quarterback, I think we'd probably be ranked in the top 3.
Well, I think they named Ty Simpson the starter today. So do you have any thoughts on that?
No, I think anybody who follows Alabama football knew that. I mean, they knew this was going to be a thing during like spring ball. Like, I think this is the same thing that D'Amico Ryans does, where like they pretended that there's a quarterback battle, but there really never was. I think everybody knew after last year it was going to be Ty. He was the number 2 quarterback last year. Like, that's why I'm so. Everybody wanted to bring up like, well, we don't know who's even going to start in Alabama. Like, that's a bad problem to have, coming up on week 1. Ty Simpson won the quarterback battle last year over Austin Mack. Like, that was never going to change unless Ty Simpson just looked like shit.
And Austin Mack all of a sudden turned into a badass.
Right. So, like, we knew it was going to be Ty Simpson's year. I knew at least. I think Ty Simpson will be good. I think he's a little underrated. I think Alabama this year is a little underrated, but I think that's good. Last year we were on such a spotlight, Saban's first year gone. How's Alabama going to do? Everybody wants to beat Bama now, da-da-da-da-da. I think we're kind of an afterthought for once, so I'm good with it. I think we get to play as the underdog for a few games, and I enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, where's there? Florida at 15 is kind of interesting to me.
I think they should probably be like Florida's. I don't know. I'm also an SEC homer, but I do think Florida actually. Florida and South Carolina can stay where they're at. I'd have OU and A&M up a little bit more. Like,
really?
Yeah, I'd have OU and A&M up a little bit. I know you don't want to hear that because you're a Texas fan, but realistically, like, OU and A&M probably both beat Kansas State, SMU, and Arizona State.
Well, I agree that I think like see, this is this tells me we didn't learn anything from last year. Like, the AP voters didn't learn anything from last year, because you can't judging a team on what they did last year, specifically like in Arizona State, Boise State, Indiana, and Illinois, and SMU, is going to cause more harm later on in the season, because there's going to be teams that have top 25 wins that aren't really top 25 wins because they were so early on in the, like, now I could be completely wrong. Illinois, SMU, Indiana, and Boise State could all be good this year, but let's let them earn it. Let's just not throw them in like Arizona State. Are you really going to sit here and tell me that that's the same Arizona State team this year as it was last year, and they should be a top 15 team? I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
And another thing I'm not buying is the Kansas State hype. I feel like they hover around this area, like mid-teens, early 20s every year. They have a couple good games. They jump into the top 15, then they lose a couple, bounce. They're always just hovering. They're always just meandering around. And they're not that good. I don't like them. They almost lost to Tulane last year.
Right. Kansas
Shout out
State.
to Tulane. Here's another thing I want to talk about. Where's my Tulane Green Waves at?
Hey, they got votes. They got some votes, though.
I don't care about no votes. What I care about is, first and foremost, Boise State, top 25 team. I think
no way. I think the fuck not. No way. No shot.
Tennessee, a top 25 team? Not buying it. Not
Texas
buying
Tech,
that stuff.
Texas Tech, a top 25 team. Iowa State, a top 25 team.
Money talks.
And bullsh walks.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think Tulane deserves. Respectfully, they did lose a couple games last year, but they're Tulane's going through the same problems as teams like Tennessee and Ole Miss and all these other teams that lost their they got arguably poached by the transfer portal, lost their quarterback, some receivers, some good defensive players, offensive players. They got poached, but I think Tulane's still a good Group of 5 team or Power 5 team, wherever they're at.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, seeing this rankings the way it is tells me we've learned they learned absolutely nothing from last year. Because Arizona State, Illinois, SMU, Indiana, Tennessee, or Boise State, those 5 in and of themselves. Hell, I would even listen to Michigan because Michigan lost a whole lot too last year. Compared to last year. So why are they ranked in the top 15? It just you're going to tell me that we're ranking them on the top 15 because of Bryce Underwood?
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that even a little bit. What I will say is, for the SEC fans out there, this is not a good look. It is a good look for us, but it's not good for us because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 SEC teams in the top 25. That's a lot of people.
That's more than half the conference.
That ain't good. That's not good at all. Because guess what? Texas has to go and play Oklahoma, A&M. Who else y'all got to play?
And 12 teams received votes. So that means only 4. What? So you're talking about Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and
Mizzou got votes.
Who?
Mizzou.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who's the other team we're missing? Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and
Auburn got votes.
Point being is that in and of itself should show you how deep of a conference that is. The fact that 12 of the 16 teams either were in the top 25 or received votes to be in the top 25 is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's going to be bad for SEC because, look, I mean, shit. Texas plays Ohio State, Florida,
Arkansas,
OU, A&M. Y'all play 4 teams in the top 25. We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We play 5 in the top 25. Y'all play Ole Miss?
No. So we play Ohio State, Georgia, Oklahoma, and A&M, and Florida. No, 5.
Oh, y'all play Georgia also.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. We play Georgia, LSU,
and I'm pretty sure all of those, except for A&M, are on the road. So.
Oh, we don't play Florida. We play Oklahoma and Tennessee. Yikes! We'll see how that goes. It's gonna be a fun season. I'll say that.
Yeah. There's we got a lot of interesting stuff coming up. That's for sure. What are we? 12? What was it? 11 or 20 days or 19 days from week 1?
More excited than ever, baby.
Well, we're like 2 weeks away from week 0.
Week 0 is actually gonna I looked at the it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think what is it? The Farmageddon is on that. Is that week? I think, or maybe I'm tripping. I thought I saw that.
No, there's some good teams that play week 0.
So we're close. We're getting so close.
I know. This is the worst part about the entire offseason is the fact that you could realistically we could start the season today, but we gotta wait damn 2 weeks.
I could smell it in the air. We're close.
But guess what? That air ain't getting any cooler, baby. It ain't getting no colder.
It ain't getting
100 down here in Texas, boy. It's hot.
Hot body. It is hot, boy. I didn't go outside one time today. I went outside one time to walk my dog.
It was miserable, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hot. I walked outside immediately. Was like, oh my God, I need to go inside right now.
I don't know if it was my truck or if it was just outside, but it got up to like 105 today.
Dude, in my van, it'd be going up to like 121, like 122. It'd be getting up there hot.
Yeah, it's bad. It's miserable.
Okay, well, is there anything else interesting on this that you wanted to get into?
No, man. No, I think it'll be a good season, good fun season. I think the quarterback issues, I guess you could say, or questions is going to shake this list up. Like if we thought last year was bad, oh boy.
Yeah. I think it's going to get – I think I would not be surprised, I say this as a Texas fan, if at some point Clemson's ranked number 1. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point LSU is ranked number 1.
Within the first 5 weeks, Ohio State could take y'all over for number 1. Penn State could probably take number 1. Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, pretty much anybody in the top 6 teams could probably take the number 1 spot.
Yeah. It's going to be – oh, I'm excited. It's going to be so fun to watch. It's going to be so fun to watch.
Or not fun. Y'all got a tough game week 1.
Oh, my God. I don't want to talk about
it. For your sake, you better hope it's like how y'all had Michigan last year.
I hope. I hope. Oh, my goodness. That was so fun. That was so fun to watch. All right. Well, I guess we can get out of here if you have nothing else you wanted to get into today.
Nothing for you, brother.
All right. Well, until next time. This is Texas Sports World. I'm Ethan. That's Isaac. And we will see y'all later.
I ain't with that beefing on the neck. Tell me what's next. Tell me what's next. I can't listen to the hype. Wanna know that you've been mixed with lies. Love it like your favorite cocktail.